Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the 105 leFH18B2, the French Tier 5 Premium SPG that we've come to know and love as Fifi La Pew Pew, and this one's located on the south spawn of Ghost Town. Now, the player is Targy from RTR. Game started. I had to pause it there because I'm afraid he didn't give us much of an intro, so I had to give one artificially. Now, the Fifi is capable of doing 410 alpha, penetrating 53mm of armour with its 105mm shell, the light field howitzer, which is mounted on top of a Char B1, is particularly effective. Okay. This is one of two replays we've got with the Fifi. He's pre-aiming, waiting for the enemy to come to sight. Oh, he's got one straight away. Nice! Unfortunately, the shell goes a bit long. Very long, actually, because he was aimed on the spot. But in fact, he's aiming specifically for the turret, and he got a nice hit that time. 169, that makes up for it. Fires his second one in. Oh, just missed. I go for the KV-1S, it's a much bigger target. Rounds out. Just lands in front of him, but he gets 67 hit points a splash. 2 meter burst radius, remember. Rounds out. That was close. Oh, and the CS-44 just blew up. He got taken out by a Viz-44-1. Now, the fire rate of this Arty is actually quite fast indeed. By the book, it will actually do 8.52 seconds, but you can see that Targy actually managed to get a reload time of 7.01 seconds. Now, you can only do that with a BIA crew and a rammer, and possibly something extra to improve the crew. Possibly an improved rammer, because of course it can't carry vents and it hasn't got the range of the entire battlefield. That's one of the drawbacks of the Fifi. You have to get closer to the center if you want to go over the entire map at any one time. He's looking at that IS-2 shielded who's in the pit. You notice how they've opened the pit out a little at one end. Now, can he get around in there? Fires it in. Yes! Good hit. 124. And it looks like he was right to look over in the northeast corner, because there is an Arty firing from that corner. Just saw the tracer coming out of there. The IS-2 is, well, kind of trapped at the moment. He needs to get out of there, because if he stays where he is, he's going to be dead, because he's only got 8 hit points left, which makes him a one-shot for anyone who can lob a shell in there. He's just not going near the other end at the moment. Targy can't get a shot directly on him because he's sitting up the other end, but he's trying. He was trying. He was looking at the overhead mode to see if I could, see if he could put something in through that gap. In the meantime, he spotted a T-25-2, which is an American Tier 7 turreted tank destroyer with very little armor. Unfortunately, lands the shell near it because the T-25 didn't move back as far as he expected, and of course the shell didn't go as far as he expected. 83 hit points from that one. Okay, work out, he's moving, he's changing course. Oh, and he's gone. It was the box tank who got him. Now, over on the west side of the map, I'm afraid we've got no tanks over there at the moment, and it does appear that there are enemy tanks over there. Cromwell B, Skoda T25, but we just can't see where they are. But we do have some people looking in that direction. The Skoda T25 and another one, I think it's the T28E with the F30 gun. Or is it the T28? No, it's not a T28, it's a T78 over there. But there's the enemy. It's an AT2, which is the Tier 5 British tank destroyer with the extra armour. Rounds out. Doesn't protect him from HE rounds fired from a Fifi. There's that Skoda. He's got very little armour and he moves directly back into the line of fire. The AT2 is still tracked and he's punching away with that 6-pounder and gets another nice hit for 113 there. And the Skoda's gone down, so he's going to finish with this AT2. Yes! Clear kill. 85 hit points. You see, it doesn't matter if you have all of that armour, HE is still going to shake you loose. Of course, during the war, as we all know, HE wouldn't actually... it would shake the vehicles to pieces, but the thing is that the shockwave would actually kill the crew because it would turn their insides to jelly, literally. Concussion can be a very, very nasty illness. If everyone's ever had a concussion for real, they know how unpleasant it is. Okay, he's telling his teammate to fall back because he's expecting that Cromwell B to come around the corner. He's trying to tell the Skoda, pull back a bit, but I think the Skoda wants to... well, the Skoda it has pulled them back, but the box tank wants to stay up there and get another kill. I'm pretty sure that box tank is taking damage. There he is. There's the Cromwell. Rounds out. Ooh, very, very close. He's gone back into cover. Nope. That wasn't going to work, that one. But I'm pretty sure that Cromwell wants to come around the other side. And we found the enemy Arty. He's actually is in the northeast corner. Yep, one of our tank destroyers has managed to get all the way up there. If you hear key clicking every now and then, yes, I do have a rather loud mechanical keyboard. But if in order to get the to pull back on the distance on the battle assistant so we can actually see what's going on, you have to press the G key again. And they've killed the only enemy Arty, the AMX-13 F3. Well, killed one of them, not both of them, because there's still a Fifi on the enemy team. We're one down on the enemy at the moment. They have that Cromwell and Skoda in rather threatening areas. At least we're now evenly. They've managed to claw one back. They killed the enemy box tank. And now they've killed the KV-1S. So the Skoda T25, who pulled back from that position, has gone all the way up the other end of the map and is now threatening the enemy cap area. They've got two mediums down here, which means they must have one medium up the other end. And of course their Fifi. And if the Skoda can find the Fifi, there's the Cromwell. He's going after our box tank. He's got behind him and rounds out. Nice hit. 135, but unfortunately we lose the box tank, and that means now there is nobody protecting Targy. He's all on his own. Well, all on his own. He's got a gorilla behind him who might be able to help him out, but the Cromwell has gone behind the rock to remain unspotted. But of course he forgets that the Fifi does have a rather long view range, 390 meters. Targy's using that to good effect, and he's putting rounds into that Cromwell. Even if he just lands the shell near the Cromwell, it's going to hurt him. And he's not really going to want to stick his neck out if he knows that there's a shell every 7 seconds. There's the shell from the gorilla. Yeah, better move over into these bushes. They give you a bit of protection because, see, it's difficult for the enemy to work out where you are until, of course, you fire. I used these to good effect in a battle a few weeks ago, and they found one of the enemy mediums, and it was the VK3001H, and he's been wiped out. And the Skoda, who's up the upper end, he's also been killed. Oh, yes! A kill. He took out the Cromwell, so that's 2 kills for Targy. But it's now 2 Arty and a medium versus 1 Arty and a medium. And it looks like the enemy Arty has gone walkies because he's propelled himself away from the enemy cap area. And there's a good chance he's coming down the west side of the map. So Targy's decided to go mobile as well, which is probably the smart move. And oh no! For a second I thought I'd seen a medium tank get killed, but no, it was one of those rising icons again. Yes, there's been a number of program faults, bugs in the system, I'm afraid. And one of those bugs is a stuck turret. Another bug is that you don't get the sound. And there's the enemy FIFI. He did go down the west side. And the second bug, of course, is, or the other bug is that even tanks that have been destroyed, you see the rising icons even though they're out of the game. And there goes the FIFI. Our Skoda T25 got him. We still don't know where the other Skoda is. And it looks like Targy's decided to get back into cover again. I had the pleasure of seeing a Char B1 at the Tank Fest in 2018. I know a lot of people went to... oh, we just lost our Skoda! So it's 2 Arty versus 1 medium tank now. And there's the enemy tank. Oh, there he is. That was a very difficult shot because he was actually firing up a slope, which was a very steep slope. I think it was more of a snapshot just on the off chance he might be able to get something, but now he's going to have to hope that he can spot the enemy before the enemy spots him. And he should be able to, because I believe the Skoda has got a very similar view range to the FIFI. Remember, 390 meters. Now, if he can get into a position where he's up high, he may see that Skoda coming. Our Gorilla's gone right to the very corner, all the way over there. Meanwhile, Targy's trying to get up the slope as quickly as he can, redlining it, and hoping that if the Skoda comes into view, and I think he's going to probably come through the town, and the Gorilla just fired into the town. The problem with being in this position right now is that the Skoda may have eyes on us, and we can't see him because of all the town and all the furniture. The Char B1 is rather a big tank from the side. It was lovely seeing the real thing though in action at Tank Fest. It came over from the Musée de Blind at Saumur. Really worthwhile going to that museum because they've got a lot of tanks there that you won't be able to see anywhere else. Okay, he's covering the Gorilla whilst the Gorilla's covering him. But of course he can't see the cap at the moment, and that Skoda might come up behind him. Of course, if he does go into the cap, all that Targy needs to do is have a quick look to see where he is, then pull back and let the Gorilla get a shot, a clear shot from a long way away. The Gorilla hasn't got any kills at all yet, but he might be a novice, you see, so you never know. The enemy has been spotted. He's over by the Gorilla. There he is. Oh, he just killed the Gorilla and went behind the rock immediately for cover. Targy fires around him, but it's a bit too late on that side, and now he can't see him. So now that Skoda is going to be looking for a nice little Pascucci's medal. And from seeing the tracer, he probably knows where Targy is. So let's see if he comes out all the way up the hill to try and kill him. I don't think he's going to see him from the side. It'd be fairly difficult to see him from the side. He's fairly well in the bushes. Okay, we're into the last minute. If the Skoda is stupid enough to come up here, though, he may find himself in trouble. And oh, his proximity spotted Targy. He went down the base of the hill, and he now knows exactly where Targy is, and he's going to use those wrecks, or try and use those wrecks, to shoot at Targy without Targy being able to return fire. There he is. Okay, now auto aim on. He's trying to. He's trying to use overhead. Oh, he's been hit twice. Okay, well, targy can use the Rex as well to a certain extent. That's going to force the Skoda to get closer. He's auto-aiming on. Now, yes, good hit. 160, but he's taken another round. He's now 15 hit points. He's vulnerable. And he's done it! He shotguns the Skoda on an auto-aim and wins the game. Well, here's the end of battle report, and that was a first-class tanker for targy in the 105 leFH18B2. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in that game. He managed to get 12, and he got a Stark's medal. He actually lost at least 2/3 of his hit points. Well, a lot more than 2/3 actually. He had less than 10% left at the end of that game. And he also took at least 2 shots, killed at least 2 enemy vehicles, and survived the game. And they're difficult medals to get, but when you do get one, oh, it's so satisfying, especially after you've taken damage. In fact, he got 3 kills in that game. Let's have a look at team scores. He didn't get the highest damage in the game. That went to the VK3601H, who got 2,391 hit points. The second highest damage was the enemy box tank with 2,137 hit points. And the third highest damage was the Skoda he killed right at the end with 1,767. targy picked up 1,403, but he was actually in 5th place overall because there was somebody else who managed to get slightly higher than he did. But when it came to kills, he was actually sharing the top spot because he got 3, the Skoda T25 and his own team got 3, the Skoda on the enemy team got 3, and the Cromwell B as well. And the rest were either 2 or 1 kills. And when it came to base XP, it was the VK because he got the high caliber. In fact, did he get a high caliber? Yes, he did. 1,038 went to him, 953 went to targy, and 814 went to the Skoda T25. Yeah, a lot of people playing Skodas at that particular moment. They were trying to get the Czechoslovakian heavy tanks, and that's why you see them so dominating in battles. Let's have a look at detail. 30 shots fired, 12 direct hits, no penetrations, but 20 splash. Damage of 1,403 hit points, of which 698 were at more than 300 meters. So you can see a lot of damage was done at close range. 3 hits received, all penetrations. Yeah, the 75mm gun on the T25 is fairly good at penetrating enemy tanks. And, well, despite the fact that the Char B1 is a heavy tank, so it should be able to bounce some rounds, it can't stop the shells on the 75, especially if they're placed in the right spot. He damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 3, and earned 25,364 credits from that game. And after repair, ammunition, resupply, and consumables, took away a profit of 23,211 credits. He earned 953 XP, got 8,580 from personal missions payout, 572 because this is a premium vehicle, one of only 2 premium Artys in the game, and got to wonder why Wargaming just won't make more premium Artys. And well, I suspect it's mainly down to the fact that the rest of the players would scream blue murder if they did. 10,582 experience points altogether. So that was the first game. A nice one by targy and a good kill right at the end to save his team and be the last man standing. Let's have a look at the second replay. The second battle is on the south spawn of Murovanka, but I think we've got no engine noises, so I'm going to quickly restart to see if I can get those noises back. Yep, we've got them. Okay, and battle will start momentarily. Speed that up a bit. Okay, game on. Well, this battle is seeing another VP. This time, it's under the command of Andromeda of No Retreat, No Surrender. I do like their style. It's a good name for a clan. Okay, he's gone straight to aim. He's going to fire from near his spawn point, and he's already looking at the enemy cap area. You can see that somebody on the enemy team has to knock down half of that building, which is actually quite a good idea, because then, of course, nobody can sit behind it and hide there and cap. Always a good idea to knock down any buildings that could provide cover for the enemy within your cap area. And that's especially true on Stud Yankee. And I've seen a few battles won simply because they didn't knock the building down. And when they came to to try and reset the cap area, they couldn't see the enemy tank because it was hiding. Well, he tried a shot on an A20, but it went long. It wasn't fully dialed in. He is fully dialed in now. Rounds out the Thunderbolt. And he splashes in for 44. Oh, his Panzerfunktier just exploded. And that's good because that is a premium tank, which is very, very difficult to kill. Okay, A20. Okay, he's doing that where he shoots and then looks to one side. But thankfully, he does keep the vehicle in sight. Gets a hit on an SU-100, but unfortunately, we just lost our Excelsior. Another hit, 95, a good hit. I think he's actually, yeah, he destroyed the track, so he picked up the rest of the damage assist. Rounds out. I thought that was going to hit the Thunderbolt, but it didn't. Now, apparently the enemy's got another Panzerfunktier, which is bad news, because those things are really OP. I think they have been, not selling them in the gift shop, but I think people have been obtaining them recently for some reason. And they are very, very powerful tanks, those Panzerfunktier. Okay, A20. Oh, no, that didn't work. Fell well short. But the A20 is dead. Going for the Thunderbolt now. Fired that more blind as anything. And the enemy has lost their Panzerfunktier, so they are now out of that OP premium tank. That was a bit of a bad snap there on the other side. He fired and then just looked away because I think he saw a better target. Now he's trying to dial in on the Tiger 131, but he's not letting it fully dial in before he shoots. And so his reticule keeps getting big, but he did finally get a hit on Tiger 131. That's better. Yep. Yep. Nice hit that time. It's all about letting it dial in on the enemy before you shoot. It's so important, that. No, that hit the building. Okay, he was distracted for a moment because an enemy OI was very, very close. And so he wanted to get his shot on that. But he's gone back to the Tiger 131. He might want to improve his gun lane drive if he can get the improved version, because it seems he's taking an awful long time to dial in on the enemy. Rounds out. You can see how long the flight time is as well. It's 3 seconds. And in 3 seconds, an enemy tank can move away from the aim point and make it very, very difficult for you to get a shot on them. Okay, the BDR's moving up. Remember, that is a heavy tank. But oh, no, he's fired ahead of it. I think he anticipated it would move forward, but it stopped to shoot. Rounds out. Close. Let it dial in, let it settle. He's not dialing in very quickly. Something is definitely up with his aim, because he's not dialing in as much as or as fast as somebody else should. It might be his crew, I don't know. Normally, premium tanks, you expect to get the crew up to speed very quickly. Oh, he finally got a good hit on the BDR. And in fact, I think that was a penetrating shot, but low roll. And we're 2 tanks up on the enemy now, and I think he's having trouble because he's too far away. And there's an SU-100 who's broken through on the west side of the map. And I kind of get the feeling that he might be the next person to see Andromeda if he stays where he is. So he actually is moving forward. But he can't afford to stay out in the open, because if that SU-100's got the 122mm gun, he could probably wipe out Andromeda in just one shot. So he needs to get away. He stopped at the outside of the cap circle. Tree went down. Somebody's there. Again, it was a bit of a snapshot. he was reacting to the trees more than anything. But they found that SU-100. In fact, he didn't come in this direction. He went all the way back to try and protect his cap area. And he has now evened the score up a bit. Okay, we've got a T-34 sitting there. No, snapshot again. You're not going to hit if you aim snap there. You're going to miss. And he did. You've got to let the aim settle before you shoot. I know a lot of people find it very, very difficult because they see a target and they think, oh, its target's going to move away from where I'm aiming if I don't fire now. But firing snap is really just a waste of ammunition, because in the end, only about 1 in every 10 snapshots will actually hit the target, unless you have an incredibly well-trained crew. But well-trained crews will be able to dial in very quickly on a target. Now he's just ignoring the SU-100, but he has been killed. The TOG got him, actually. There's the T-34. Nope, fell short. Let it dial in, let it settle before you shoot. Rounds out. Now he looks away there and we didn't even see what happened. He did kill the T-34. Andromeda, you've got to see what happens to the shell. If you try and look away, suddenly we'll miss the kill. Here you can see he was sitting out in the open, no protection. The annoying thing is now that the scores are even, but both sides have got 3 Arty. And their side has got an Excelsior, whilst our side has got a Matilda Black Prince. Okay, so he's turning to engage the Excelsior, who's firing on our Bishop, I think. Or is he? No. Yes, he is firing on the Bishop. And the Bishop's firing shotgun at him. That's it. This looks good. Rounds out. It lands right in front of him. Quickly fire again. And rounds out. Direct hit this time. But he's still moving. You notice his reload time is 8 seconds. Remember, Targy's was 7. Oh, he killed the Excelsior! He got a direct hit, so his gun's up and he's moving. Yeah, so that shot on the T-34, he did let it dial in. He fired and then looked away immediately, so we didn't see that he actually got a kill shot. A blind kill shot on that T-34, because he wasn't visible at the time he fired, but he was firing at the same spot where he was last seen. So we missed out on a kill there, but the good news now is that there's only 3 Artys left on the enemy team, but the bad news for us is we lost the Bishop. So the scores are still even, but I think that we've got the advantage, because not only have we got that Matilda Black Prince, we've got also got a Fifi, who's a fast firing Arty, whilst the enemy team's got 2 Guerrillas, an AMX-13AM, and well, despite the fact that the AMX-13AM does have a 105mm gun, it's not quite as fast firing as the Fifi. Yes, the Guerrillas do have 15cm guns. We've got a Guerrilla on our team as well. But they do have a fairly long reload compared to the Fifi. So, yes, a Fifi can get off 3 shots in the time it takes the Guerrilla to do 1. Well, technically speaking, it's 2, because if you fire your first shot, you reload, and then fire your second shot, that's roughly about 20 seconds. And in 20 seconds, Fifi's going to fire, what, 3 or 2 and a bit. Oh, one of the enemy Artys managed to make it in, and another of their Arty fired into the cap circle. Excuse me. And just killed our Guerrilla. So one of the Guerrillas on the enemy team must be on our K-row, right at the back, because the shell came in from... Yep, he's already indicating it. He's already indicating, he thinks that it's way down on the K-row, somewhere over on the east side of the map. And that seemed to be right. That looked where the tracer came from. So, whilst our Matilda is capping, which is probably not a good idea, you can see that the Andromeda is going back to get a reset. Hopefully he'll kill that enemy AMX-13AM and the Guerrilla. The problem is, though, that if he does catch sight of the AMX13AM, and he's firing snap on the move, trying to get that reset. Oh, we can see the tracer. And he's found the griller. And he's firing towards the cap, trying to get the reset. Kill the griller first. He's auto-aimed on. No, you're not going to get him while you're on the move. You need to aim properly on the move. Good hit. Nice hit. Get him again. No. Come on, you can do this. Oh, they're in the cap now. Oh, he kills the gorilla. Wipes him out. And now it's 1 versus 1. And there's the enemy, the other enemy gorilla. He fires auto-aim at him again. I didn't see where the AMX13AM went, but turns out I think he must have got the kill on him. They did kill the Matilda Black Prince at the other end. I think that was the AMX13AM. But the gorilla's now gone behind the house. Unfortunately, that's a non-destructible house, so he can sit behind that one. There was, or normally is, half of the house actually in the cap area, but somebody had the good sense to knock that down before they left. So it's now down to Andromeda to kill the last enemy, Arty, to be the last man standing and win the battle. Can he do it? He should be able to. At close range, this Arty can be really deadly, and the gorilla's going to fire as soon as he sees him. He does, but Andromeda's quicker at getting an aim shot, and he does, and wins the game. Well, here's the end of battle results, and that was an ace tanker game for Andromeda in the 105 leFH18B2. He got a fight advantage for getting at least 4 kills. He did end up with 4. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 18 in that one. His win 8 was 8,564, which is more than Super Unicum standard. If only he would actually let the thing dial in a bit quicker. I think he would actually end up with even higher scores overall and lots of medals. Let's have a look at team score. Well, he did get the highest damage in the game, but he didn't get 20% of the enemy hit pool, and that's why he didn't get a high caliber. 1,961 hit points to Andromeda. The second highest damage went to the Matilda Black Prince. He ended up with 1,696 hit points out of that game. He did kill the AMX13AM. We didn't see it during the battle because we were so focused on what was going on with the 2 enemy gorillas going into the cap circle. But when the Matilda Black Prince went into the enemy cap, the AMX13AM came out of our cap, went all the way out to the other end of the map to shotgun the Matilda Black Prince, and they both killed each other in the process. So that's why we didn't see either of those tanks die, but that's exactly what happened. The third highest damage in the game was one of the enemy gorillas with 1,492 hit points. When it came to kills, yep, Andromeda's got the top on that one. 4 kills, 3 kills went to the Tog, to the gorilla on the enemy team, and one of their Excelsiors, or their Excelsior, because there wasn't more than one. And the rest I've got 2 or 1 kills. And when it came to base XP, it wasn't Andromeda who got that one, it was the Churchill 3. He got 1,225 base experience points, whereas Andromeda got 1,184. So I think both of them probably got ace tankers. But of course, the Churchill 3 died in the game. We can see that Andromeda fired 43 rounds, got 12 direct hits and 4 penetrations on the enemy. That's a lot of pens. Let's have a look and see which ones he did pen. Yep, well, he penned the enemy gorilla. He penned the T-34. He didn't pen that one. And he did pen the BD-R. Now, that's something, because that's a heavy tank. And yes, he went straight through the armor and he penned the gorilla as well. He also got 19 splash on the enemy as well, 1,961 hit points, of which 1,646 were up more than 300 meters. So that close-in one was the shot on the gorilla, and that he did at very close range. He did receive 1 hit by way of splash damage. That was the shot by the gorilla right at the end of the game. 2 enemy vehicles spotted, 9 enemy vehicles damaged, 4 killed, and 463 hit points of damage assist. Plus he got 7 defense points when he reset the cap on the gorilla. 52,704 credits from the game, 90,000 for mission completion, a total of 142,704 credits. And after repair and ammunition resupply, and these shells are fairly cheap, he actually ended up with a massive profit of 136,442 credits for the game. 1,776 XP times 2 for the first victory, 710 for this being a premium vehicle, took away 4,262 experience points altogether. So congratulations to both Andromeda and to Targy in his battle, because both players ended up with the same situation. They were the last man standing. They carried their team over the finish line. And I think this shows how essential it is for you to have really good Arty players, because when all the tanks wipe each other out, you're down then finally just the Arty who have to fight it out to win the game for their team. And in this case, both Targy and Andromeda managed to pull off a fantastic win right at the last moment by killing the last enemy and securing victory. If you enjoyed this replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And do let other people know that we've got a sister channel called The General, which is videos without any commentary, but they are really fantastic games. And what's great about them is you're seeing top-notch play. We're getting Pools medals or Kolobanov medals, but you're also seeing players who know something about the maps that you may not know. Places where you can go, where you can get shots on the enemy and they can't really return fire very easily. And it's always interesting to see how people deal with certain situations when they're low on hit points and they've still got loads of enemy to kill, but they still end up winning the game. If you enjoyed this replay, thank you very much for watching.